Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching all over the world. This is Banks and Blockchain. My name is Olubumi Fabanwo, and this is a weekly blockchain broadcast proudly brought to you by CNETv. I hope you are having a wonderful week. I hope you're having a great day. And we are here again this week to speak about something that has to do with blockchain technology, because on Banks and Blockchain, that's what we do. So this platform was specially curated for us to be able to discuss blockchain subjects, blockchain use cases, and everything that has to do with blockchain technology, and break it down to the simplest of terms. And this we've been doing for about 9 or 10 months, and we've been seeing a lot of traction. People have been testifying to how they've come to understand a lot of blockchain phenomena, and we are proud and we believe that we just have to keep it going, keep it consistent, and as much as possible, send the messages or the gospel of blockchain technology out to as many people as possible. Now, we also look at how blockchain technology can help the continent of Africa specifically, because we know that there are a lot of problems, there are a lot of challenges that have to do specifically with our continent. And this is another reason why we've decided to curate this kind of program to not alienate ourselves from the realities and solutions that blockchain can actually bring us as a continent. And we thought about it and said that, okay, this is a very good way to start educating people, start informing people, along with a lot of people that are already doing this, along with courses and all of that. But we try as much as possible to be unique in not speaking in any technical terms. So a lot of the things that we speak about here as regards blockchain is something that a 12-year-old can understand, a 90-year-old grandmother can understand. So that's what makes us special. And we believe that the more we keep pushing, the more we are able to reach a whole lot of people. So since the beginning of the year, we've been treating the most popular use cases of blockchain technology, the most popular subjects, according to what people are saying they need to understand. And we try as much as possible to break all these things down into bits so that people can have a clear understanding. Then, obviously, the next step is to start speaking with financial institutions, which we believe is a good place to start when it comes to adoption of blockchain technology. We believe that the financial system takes a whole lot of, there's a lot of people that are already in the traditional financial system. So by the time blockchain has its way into the financial system, a lot of more people we start getting interested, have a lot of advantages for us. That what blockchain technology can do when it comes to cross-border payments. That it can break payments cost by over 50%. It will make transactions even faster. And for Africa to grow, for us to move forward in Africa, trade is very, very key. And when you talk about trade, you talk about transactions, peer-to-peer transactions, payment from buyer to seller, and all those things. So we believe that by the time blockchain technology is adopted by financial institutions on the continent, we have a very, very good advantage and a very good benefit for us. And from there, we can pick it up. There are a lot of use cases that we've spoken about of blockchain technology that affects you as an individual, especially if you are African. So yes, once again, I welcome you to Banks and Blockchain Technology. We'll be taking a very quick break. And when we come back, we'll be going directly into the phase 2 of the subject we started last week. Please stay tuned.
CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and FinTech TV application. On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download our app today from your iOS or Google Play Store or on our website at cnetv.io. CNETv, objectivity is our watchword.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. This is Banks and Blockchain. My name remains Olubumi Fabanwo, and this is your favorite blockchain show, I'm very sure. I already spoke about earlier about all the things that we're trying to do, and why we are carefully curating this kind of program as a project more of. So the first thing is to educate and enlighten. Then we go forward to be able to relate with some stakeholders and see how we can implement some of the things that that we spoke. So yes, straight directly into the subject. Then I mean, last week we started the subject of the metaverse. I'm sure a lot of people are really must have heard about it, and you may be conflicted or confused. So last week we decided to like break it down into the simplest of terms, how you can clearly understand what the metaverse is, how it can affect you at the end of the day, because it's definitely going to affect you whether you like it or not. And like a friend of mine would always say, if today you are still planning your finances, you are still planning your life around what happened before COVID. I mean, COVID has come to change everything. So you have to have new strategies, whether it comes to your personal finance, whether it comes to your career, whether it comes to the nearest future. You have to consider the fact that COVID has changed a lot of things. There's been a paradigm shift. Technologies have become accelerated in adoption. So it tells you how important phenomenon like the metaverse are. And seeing that there's been a lot of institutional buy-ins into it. For example, we had MTN a few weeks ago on the continent of Africa. MTN is a South African company, so we can easily speak about them, how they've invested in the metaverse. You also have a number of metaverse startups scattered all over the continent, in Nairobi, in Lagos, here in Nigeria, and in Egypt. So many places where you have brilliant Africans already seeing how they can invest in the metaverse, and they can push for the adoption of the metaverse. So last week we spoke about some of these things. We spoke about some use cases, and we will be picking it up from there. Today we'll be speaking about some of the benefits, and we'll also be speaking about the criticisms. We do not like to be one-sided on this platform. We like to speak clearly about how everything is. We open both hands and show you the advantages, and also tell you what the disadvantages may be, or what they are, and how we can mitigate against some of all these things happening. So yes, in terms of use cases, we spoke about video games. I know a lot of Africans may not, a large percentage may not really want to relate with this, because I would say that you have to be living maybe a bit above average to be able to afford video games. So maybe not yet. You may feel like immersive video games are not things that you can actually relate with. Maybe the VR technology used may seem too complex, or you're unbothered about it. You have so many things that you're pursuing, so you're not a big fan of video games. We also spoke about digital marketplace, which I'm sure that is going to affect a whole lot of us. All of us try to buy. We have needs, so we go ahead to get our needs, clothing, shelter, food, of course. So by the time you start having applying the metaverse into marketplaces, you see that you would have to, you have to be involved, because say you want to shop on the metaverse, on the Amazon web shop, and has already applied the metaverse into its business model. So that means that you need to know how to navigate some of all these things. You need to have clear understanding. You don't know the advantages that this may have for you. So if you are going into a digital marketplace of Amazon, say for example, their metaverse marketplace, and you probably getting like 50% off compared to someone that is on their computer and trying to purchase things on the web shop. So this is already applicable. Some companies are beginning to apply the metaverse in their business model. Again, we spoke about art and culture venues, how you can walk into an art shop or an art world, art curated world, anywhere all over the world, and you're feeling exactly, if you're a lover of art, you're a lover of culture, you can get into these places and see exactly what these things are. To feel like you're there physically, you can feel the aura, you can even touch the art. The metaverse is really going to change a lot of things. And imagine how that is going to change art in Africa. So that means that we can have a lot of institutional buy-ins when it comes to our culture, or more understanding about our culture, more understanding about art. And there's just a whole lot of there's so much potential. Imagine what we could do with the Benin bronze bronze, the bronze items. We can put them in a particular virtual reality room where people can sit wherever they are in New York, Cairo, anywhere in the world, and you have to pay to get into these places. You have exclusive access into places like that. So you do not have to worry if people are going to come and steal or do anything. You have already curated, a virtual art room, and this is going to first generate revenue, expose bring out some of our artifacts, and also expose our culture. Let the world also hear our voice. Let them know that Africa is not to be pushed behind when it comes to things like this. We also spoke about virtual workspaces. I really do not have to go to the office physically anymore, of course. But then I need some of the facilities that will probably be in the office because I cannot afford those. So you can create, the metaverse is helping us to be able to create video blocks that would help us build virtual workspaces and make us feel like we are in a particular workplace. It's augmented workspaces, and they combine a lot of features and allowing us to be able to virtually participate in physical meetings. So I can see who I'm meeting with without having to stare into my computer. It's like the person is there physically. We can feel our emotions. We can see saying sometimes, they say that the whatever you're saying is in your eyes, so I can see clearly. And we can profess solutions and clear things out. Via holograms in the room. It's just the opportunities are enormous, and this is not limited to the West. The African continent can benefit a lot from this, and I'm sure that a lot of companies are already looking at this. So it's good for you to acquaint yourself with it. The next one we are going to speak about today, we are going to start is speaking about education and and schools. You can have virtual school classes. So I know of a number of people that are taking courses outside of the continent, maybe in elite schools like Harvard, Oxford, and all those kind of places. Instead of doing this online or reading it via your computer, you can actually have a feel of how it is in those classrooms, and you can easily ask questions. It is just more interactive for you. Then imagine also that the metaverse can help us to be able to feel to know what it feels like to be in space. So that means I can zoom in on Venus, for example. I can zoom in on Mars. I can feel what exactly to be like when I'm on Mars, when I'm in maybe Jupiter. It just helps education. It helps us with educating ourselves more. We get more information. You get more data. You're virtually clicking on all these planets, and you're able to zoom into them, get into them, see the kind of living organisms that could have survived there or that cannot survive there, or reasons why they are inhabited, or things like there are a lot of things. There's a lot of things I can do for education and schools. And bringing it home to Africa, there are so many remote places where you have children that want to go to school. So I do not necessarily have to bring these people from remote regions or rural areas down to towns where they will get good education. I can create that world for them right in their environment. Some people do not want to leave their environment, and it is okay. It is fine. You do not necessarily have to bring all these people down here. We just have to develop those places to make it feel like they're in an environment where they can actually learn. So somebody that is in far away in a very, very remote region in anywhere in Africa can be taking classes, maybe high school classes, secondary school classes, or college or university classes, and they're right where they are in the comfort of their rooms. Of course, we have to provide internet and a couple of more infrastructure, but then we have to open our eyes to how these guys can get the same elite education that we in the West, or people that certain grades of life getting. So this is like a huge one for us, and this is a game changer the metaverse can actually bring. And the more we have African companies investing in this, the broader it becomes for us, the more our eyes open to it, to the potential and all of that. Yes. So before we move to other things, let's talk about the criticisms. Some of the disadvantages that we've already said that the metaverse. Just before then, I think I want to take a water break. We'll be right back. Just stay tuned. This is still Banks and Blockchain, and we are discussing the metaverse. We've already spoken about a lot of things that we can get from this on the African continent. So please stay tuned and join us in a few seconds. Thank you.
CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and FinTech TV application. On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download our app today from your iOS or Google Play Store or on our website at cnetv.io. CNETv, objectivity is our watchword. CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and fintech TV application. On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download our app today from your iOS or Google Play Store or on our website at cnetv.io. CNETv, objectivity is our watchword.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So this is Banks and Blockchain, and my name is Olubunmi Fabanwo. And we've been discussing, we've been entering into the world of the Metaverse. Yes, we've spoken about a lot of things from last week, and we continue this week. And we spoke about a very critical use case, which has to do with education and what the Metaverse can help us to do to alleviate, education in the continent, as an example, and most importantly. So before going on break, we said we're going to speak about the criticisms. So of course, like every other type of technology, there are disadvantages to all these things, and some of these disadvantages have been raised. There are a lot of voices that spoke about how overhyped it is. The metaverse seems like science fiction. I'm sure that by the time you listen to some of the views, you definitely think that, oh, this is science fiction and this is like something that has to do with the matrix. This is like a matrix world. And there have been many voices that have critically spoken against the development of a virtual world. And I think some of the arguments are very, very valid because, we are yet to develop our world. We are yet to make the physical world itself to become a safe place. Then we are trying to create a virtual world, which we believe that will be better than what we have physically. But then, have we thought about how people can have different identities? So I could be like a very rich person in the virtual world, and I'm still the same guy in the real world here. And some of all these things, they affect people's mental health. So mental health concern is one thing. Deceit is another thing. There are some implications of having a virtual social life. They say that some people, you see them on social media, they're all over the place, they look rich and all of that. They can afford to do that because people don't know them as individuals or on a one-on-one basis. But then in real life, they probably do not have jobs. They're probably struggling. And the more you tell lies to people, the more lies you begin to tell to yourself, and you start believing your own lies. So away from being interesting, it becomes something that is very, very critical, that causes more problems for people than you're living out of the real world. You rather be in the virtual world. You probably have you probably have children or people to take care of in the real world. You don't have a job there, but then in the virtual world, you prefer it because it is more interesting there. You're seeing better when it comes to life. I think that is very, very valid, and I'm sure that maybe going forward we'll be able to, make the better of what we have at present, because virtual experiences may not really do it for so many people. Another issue that we may have has to do with the monopoly, because it is very expensive to be able to set up some of all these things that we've spoken about. So you have the big corporations being the ones to invest in. And the application of blockchain technology is supposed to make the metaverse a decentralized system, supposed to be a decentralized world compared to what we have, where a number of, like, a government is controlling so many things, or different central entities are controlling different things. So yes, it may become centralized, so you probably do not have as much privacy to your own information or to your own data as you think, and you begin to create the same real world problems that we have now. You are creating the same thing in a virtual world because it is not maybe really decentralized. Some of all these concerns are really true. And another one is that the real world rules, the real world laws, the real world governance does not apply in the virtual world. So this can be used for illicit activities. People can start doing things that they like because there are no rules that guide this particular ecosystem. Even when it comes to the economic ecosystem, people can use it for different illicit activities like money laundering and all of that. So I believe that these concerns are very valid, and I'm sure that most of anyone that wants to invest or the improvements, there are definitely going to be more conversations, more discussions into this thing. And I think that it's good that we all sit down and make a way forward. Yeah, so we've spoken about disadvantage. So let's speak about the benefit, for heaven's sake. I mean, it's very, very key and very important that we speak about the advantage, because I believe that some of these benefits actually outweigh these critical criticisms that has already as witnessed, and that is taking nothing away from disadvantages or the criticisms that we've already spoken about. So I believe that we spoke about we've seen what the use cases are, so you can easily point out some of these benefits. You know, so another one that I didn't probably turn, and it's very, very critical to us as human beings, is the innovation that we can have in healthcare. So that means that I can get diagnosis on the metaverse. Like, I really do not have to wait till I'm in the hospital. So it just reminds me of when people say that don't Google your symptoms because you probably just die immediately. So, but then you are getting real life, you are getting like a WebMD, real life. You're sitting down in front of a practitioner, or a professional, maybe a professional in whatever field. It could be a gynecologist, it could be it could be anything, an optician. So you are having that real life conversation. Well, let me say the virtual life conversation that you could probably have in real life, or that could probably cost you a whole lot of money. So I really may not have to go to India to get diagnosed for something. I'm already having all these things, maybe not being physically operated or physically treated, but then there are some things that can help you. You can have communication you can have communication with professionals in different fields, and I think that brings a lot to healthcare and healthcare professionals themselves. So we are not bound. We are no longer bound by geographical restrictions. So I think that this is very, very important. This is a very, very important advantage when it comes to healthcare. This is bringing a lot of innovation. Then another one is the number of exciting games. Yes, for gamers, or for you that may want to have interest in games, the metaverse just brings a whole new breed of games, and these games are in play to earn models. So you are no longer just playing FIFA or playing God of War for just playing sake. Now you are going to earn on playing these games. And that, I think that's a very, very good way forward. So for example, you can have a young chap, maybe 10 or 11, your child is already earning a lot of money while playing games, not just wasting his time after school. Rather than study, he's playing games, and these things really do not do anything for these children. But then now we are beginning to open doors to more innovative games that help you earn while you play. So your kid that is 10, by the time he's 15 and he continues playing his games, probably richer richer than you in terms of assets and in terms of actual economic returns. So the metaverse is here to revolutionize the gaming sector, which is already witnessing a lot of revolution due to, of course, blockchain technology. And yeah, I mean, this is another important one. And in addition to that, maybe lastly, I can say that the metaverse brings a whole new type of economy because is built on blockchain technology, which causes decentralization. So you can see use cases like NFTs, DeFi, and of course blockchain games being applied to the metaverse. And this just creates like another ecosystem of economy where people can actually do transactions, people can make generational wealth that blockchain is already helping people make. So DeFi can start to create better ways for you to be able to get loan facilities, credits. There are just a lot of things that when it comes to decentralized finance, which is DeFi, and the metaverse just it expounds things like this. We've said it several times here on this show that blockchain technology is very, very critical or very, very crucial to when it comes to the new metaverse. So yes, in conclusion, the metaverse is a great innovation and is a very, very huge advancement in terms of socializing digitally for us as human beings. And we are looking forward to mass adoption. We are looking forward to more tech giants coming in, and that may be an advantage, that may be a disadvantage, but we want to see more companies, more African establishments also being able to participate in this and improve or increase the expansion in metaverse in the coming years. And I'm assuring you that things can only get better. With all the criticisms that we've already seen, all the disadvantages, I believe that conversations can help us to improve whatever issues that there are, or mitigate against whatever risk that the metaverse is going to have. And I can assure you that it's going to gain more popularity. So it's best for you to, you can go back to our videos, you can Google, you can check online for everything that has to do with the metaverse. There's only little that we can do here, being able to expose you into the world of the metaverse, and maybe we've not done justice, or maybe we've done justice, but we believe that we've already touched you or said a number of things that can spur you to want to know more about the metaverse. So I think that concludes our subject on the metaverse. So from next week, we'll be treating a whole new topic, and we'll also start in earnest from the middle of the year. You start seeing more things from us, from Banks and Blockchain. And I told you that it's a project, and there are a lot of things that we already have outlined quarter or each of the years since we already set this up. So you start seeing physical meets, enlightenment programs, and then we start relating with financial institutions first. Then we start looking at other places where blockchain can be applied, logistic companies, real estate, and all of that. All this is already in plans and in the works. And we are building a community, although not fully fledged yet, but we've seen a lot of traction on that, and we expect that from there, we are going to start building agents, start building individuals that will become goalposts when it comes to blockchain technology, and people to always look up to, mentors and all of that. And yeah, we have a very long journey to go, but we are glad to have started with you, and we are very grateful for for everything that we've been, the questions and all of that. Yeah, I can't thank you enough. I think I'm done. So thank you very much for joining Banks and Blockchain today. I see you next week, and till then, I hope you have a productive week. You have a beautiful weekend, and my name remains Olubumi Fabawo. And please keep watching CNETv, the best when it comes to cryptocurrency reporting, blockchain reporting, fintech reporting. Enjoy the rest of your day, and have a nice weekend. Bye.
CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and FinTech TV application. On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download our app today from your iOS or Google Play Store or on our website at cnetv.io. CNETv, objectivity is our watchword.